So welcome along today to what I'm going to call Coolant Corner. You know what? I reckon coolants are one of the most misunderstood fluids in a motor vehicle. So there is plenty to learn about them, believe me. So what is coolant? Well, effectively, it's a fluid that you typically mix with water that you put in your cooling system that helps control your engine temperature, which I can tell you is great for both engine performance, but more importantly, engine longevity. So something you need to think about. Now, in our country, it's an Australian standard, coolants come in type A and type B. Now type A includes inhibitors, which are for rust and scale, they inhibit those things, and it has anti-freeze and anti-boil qualities, which is typically a glycol, which will help raise the boiling temperature or lower the freezing temperature. So very handy as we go through the seasons. Type B, on the other hand, just has the inhibitors for that rust and scale as we talk about. Now, question is, first one, do you need A or do you need B? Well, my advice is look in your owner's manual, because just like your lubricants for your engine, it will actually specify what you need to use in terms of a coolant. Now, do you use a concentrate or a premix? Now, think of cordial, because coolants come in both. There it is, it says it on the label, concentrate, or, here's one here I think, premix. So if you've got a bigger water system, trucks, tractors, etc., it might be smarter to use a concentrate so you can mix up bigger quantities. If you've got a smaller motorcycle, car, maybe a premix is for you. What is the ratio? Well, typically you would mix it up in a bucket, say, or whatever. Coolant to water, you'd use about 33 to 50% coolant as the ratio, and you'll be on the money. Okay, so when mixing that up, couple of tips. One, don't just use tap water straight up. If you can, use demineralised water. That's always the best, because tap water has a lot of minerals in it, and that changes around the country everywhere. So you're much safer using demineralised water, because those minerals aren't compatible with your cooling system, I can assure you. Second choice, use rainwater. If you can't do that, then use tap water as your third and final option. Finally, I just want to talk about compatibility, because what you see here is a whole raft of colours, but all coolants are not compatible. The colours are driven largely because manufacturers call for a whole raft of coolant specifications, which in turn has sort of driven a whole raft of colours. So don't just go mixing them up. My advice to you, if you don't know, dump what's in your car, that's pretty easy. Even use a flushing compound that Penrite make so you can neutralise what's in there, and start again, know what's in there, log it down in your owner's manual, just so you know what, same as what you know what lubricant you use, know what coolant you use. So very important to understand that compatibility. Now, as you can see here, this is not even all of Penrite's range. They do more than this, and I think that tells you volumes about the importance of understanding your coolant. And think of it, as I say, just like lubricant.